Hi, welcome to the Aurora Memorial Library. We're here for story time, and I'm Mrs. Tucker, and I'm so glad that you could join me. Well, let's start with our finger rhyme. Hold up all your fingers for me. Great. And we'll start counting right here with this pinky, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll do your other hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a lot of fingers. I have 10 little fingers and they all belong to me. I can make them do things. Would you like to see? I can close them up tight. I can open them wide. I can make them come together. I can make them hide. They're hiding. And they go up high and they go down low. And I can sit them in my lap folded just so. Perfect, everybody. Good job. Well, we have a special holiday we're celebrating today. And I bet you can guess what it is from my bulletin board. Valentine's Day. And I put a special message there. Happy. Oh no, I'm missing a letter. It's the first letter in the word Valentine's. Do you know what it is? Can you guess? V. Very good. V for Valentine. And I'm missing that letter. It should be right there. I wonder what happened to it. And then my message, if I can find it, it could say Happy Valentine's Day like it should. Maybe it fell down. I don't see it anywhere. Well, my message is supposed to say Happy Valentine's Day, and that's what I'm wishing for you. Well, let's start our story time. I brought a special friend in my rainbow bag today. And let's see if you can guess who my special friend is. He or she is an animal that sometimes lives on a farm. And he has horns. And when he talks, he says, "Ma, ma." And the funny thing is that if it's a boy animal, it has a beard, just like your dad might have a beard. And he likes to eat grass, but he'll eat just about anything. He likes to find trash on the ground, and he'll eat cans, he'll eat any kind of garbage that he might find. Did you guess what kind of animal he is? If you guessed a goat, you're right. This is my goat, and he has 2 horns, and he's furry. And he says, "Ma, hey, wait a minute. What's that in your mouth?" He has the letter V for Valentine's Day. You're the one who took my V. Let's put it where it belongs, okay? Here we go. Happy Valentine's Day. Now my message is complete. I should have known it was you, because I know you like to eat just about anything. Well, I have a story about a goat that I'd like to read to you today, and it's a Valentine story. And I'm going to move up so that you can see the pictures real well. My story is called Mr. Goat's Valentine by Bunting, and I would like to thank Sleeping Bear Press, Cherry Lake Publishing Group for giving me permission to share this book with you. Mr. Goat read the headline in the Goat Times. It says, "It's Valentine's Day." He dropped his newspaper, jumped up, got his wallet and his cell phone, and put on his bird's nest hat. "I'm off to show my first love how much she means to me," he told his cat, Beatrice. "Meow," Beatrice said and yawned. Beatrice wasn't too excited. On the way, Mr. Goat passed Miss Nanny Goat's weed stall. "I'll have a mixed bouquet," Mr. Goat said. "Crabgrass, pigweeds, and ragweed in that nice rusty can. They are for my first love. She's fond of ragweed salad. Goats like to eat strange things. She will like the can too, Miss Nanny Goat told him. Mr. Goat nodded. Cans are tasty with a sprinkle of salt. I told you, goats like to eat just about anything. Mr. Goat had only gone a few more steps when he smelled a delightful smell. Mr. Pygmy Little Goat had a stall under a tree. He was selling his delicious rotten eggs. He had opened one as a sample. It lay on his counter, black and oozing. Rotted for 2 years, he told Mr. Goat. Guaranteed foul and disgusting. Mr. Goat drooled. I'll take 4. 2 for my first love and 2 for me. We always share. I told you, goats eat just about anything. Mr. Goat watched as Mr. Pygmy Little Goat arranged them in a red box and tied the box with a pretty red ribbon. Perfect, Mr. Goat said. They are so ripe I can smell them, even through the shells. My first love and I will share the pretty red ribbon for dessert. They're even going to eat the ribbon. Well, Mr. Goat walked on, breathing in the delightful smell of rotten eggs with every step. He can't wait to eat those rotten eggs. Miss Skunk came by with her perfume cart. She sniffed hopefully. What is that delicious smell? She asked. Rotten eggs, Mr. Goat said. Miss Skunk smiled. They smell like me. May I try one? Sorry, Mr. Goat wound his front legs around his egg box. These are for my first love. It's Valentine's Day. Miss Skunk cocked her head. Do you have a Valentine card for her? No, I have presents. Too bad. For Valentine's Day you need a card. Miss Skunk sprayed Mr. Goat with her special perfume. This is for you, Mr. Goat. You'll smell nice for her, nice as your eggs. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Miss Skunk. Be you, I think. Well, Mr. Goat sat under a tree and thought hard. Perhaps Miss Skunk was right. I do not have a card for my first love, he told himself. But I will compose a song and serenade her. That means sing to her. It was shady and cool under the tree. He sat thinking, and before long he had the words of a song. Hooray, he thought. He straightened his bird's nest hat and hurried on. Soon he came to the house of his first love. Oh, he thought, I hope she's home. I should have called first. Mr. Goat burst into song. When I was a little kid, it didn't matter what I did. If I climbed too high and fell, you'd kiss the hurt and make it well. You have loved me from the start. I love you with all my heart. That's a nice song. The door opened, and there she was, Mr. Goat's first love. Who do you think that is? Happy Valentine's Day, Mother, said Mr. Goat, and he gave her his presents. His rusty can full of weeds and his heart-shaped box full of rotten eggs. Just the thing for a goat. Well, I'm sure that's not something you would like to receive for Valentine's Day. Maybe you'd like a box of candy, or maybe your mother would like a box of candy, and you could give her a vase with flowers instead of a can with weeds. What do you think of that? That would be something she would really like, because she's not a goat. Well, hey everybody, how about if we stand up Okay, and we're going to do a little rhyme, a Valentine rhyme that you can practice and maybe do for somebody that you love. Okay, and your heart is here on your chest. Okay, so put your hand on your heart. Okay, and your heart goes thump, thump, thump. Can you do it? Thump, thump, thump. Good. We're all ready to go. I have a little heart and it goes thump, thump, thump. It keeps right on beating when I jump, jump, jump. I get a special feeling when I look at you. It makes me want to give you a hug or two. Okay, let's try it again. And this time we're going to give a kiss or two. We can blow kisses, okay? Okay. I have a little heart and it goes thump, thump, thump. Keeps right on beating when I jump, jump, jump. I get a special feeling when I look at you. It makes me want to give you a kiss or two. Good job, everybody. And you can do that rhyme for your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister. It'd be kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to have a seat. And I have another rhyme that I'd like to share with you. First, we're going to hold up our 5 fingers, okay? And I'm going to put on a little glove. And I have 5 Valentines on my fingers. Let's count them, okay? Start over here on the pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. So everybody, first we're going to take all our Valentines and stand them up tall, okay? 5 little Valentines standing in a row. Now put them all down in a fist, okay? The first one said, pick up one finger, I love you so. The second one said, will you be my Valentine? The third one said, I will if you'll be mine. The fourth one said, I'll always be your friend. The fifth one said, we'll be friends until the end. That's the end. Good job, everybody. Well, I have a story about Olivia, who had a lot of friends. And I'm going to move up so that you can see the pictures in my book. And I'd like to thank Simon & Schuster Publishing Company for giving me permission to share this book with you. And Olivia is a pig, and you might know Olivia because we have a lot of books at the library about her. And this story is called Olivia and the Perfect Valentine. And it looks like she's making Valentine cards. Valentine's Day was one of Olivia's favorite holidays, and it was just around the corner. What's so great about Valentine's Day? Asked her little brother Ian. Well, it's the one day of the year when everything is my favorite color, red, Olivia replied. And when there are hearts and lace and pretty things everywhere you look. Yuck, said Ian. The only kind of hearts I like are heart-shaped candies. Well, this year, Olivia decided to make her own Valentine's Day cards. She had a stack of red paper, white paper doilies, and lots of crayons. See, William, Olivia told her baby brother, this is how you make paper hearts. First, you fold the paper in half. Then you take a crayon and draw half of a heart. Next, you cut along the crayon line and unfold the paper. Ta-da! A perfect heart, said Olivia. After cutting out a bunch of hearts for her Valentines, Olivia made a list of everyone she wanted to make one for. When she got to Ian's name, she put down her crayon. He said he doesn't like hearts, so I don't want to make him a regular Valentine, Olivia told William. Thump, thump. Olivia could hear Ian kicking the soccer ball around the backyard. That's it, Olivia said. Ian loves soccer, so she could make the perfect Valentine for him by decorating a heart with soccer balls. It looked so great that she decided to make perfect valentines for everyone. They would all be different because everyone liked different things, but they would all have one thing in common. They would be red. Olivia made valentines for Mother, Father, Grandmother, and William too, but there were still some names on her list. She decided to take a little break and go outside. Olivia wondered aloud. I have the feeling I'm forgetting someone. Who else needs a perfect Valentine? Me, said a voice. It was Olivia's friend, Francine. Francine's name was already on Olivia's list. Olivia invited her to come inside and make valentines with her. That would be fun. Olivia made a valentine for Francine. There she is. And Francine made one for Olivia. There she is. They promised not to peek at each other's cards, so they would be a surprise on Valentine's Day. Then they both made valentines for Daisy, Harold, and Julian. That must be their friends. But Olivia still had the feeling she was forgetting someone. Mrs. Hagenmuller, Francine said. But Mrs. Hagenmuller was already on Olivia's list. Who could she be forgetting? Well, Olivia made a heart for her teacher and decorated it with a picture of her pet turkey, chalk, and a chalkboard eraser. Perfect for her teacher. Then she made one for the postman. That's the mailman. Looks like that's the one for him. And another for Firefighter Fred. I think this one with the Dalmatian puppy is the one for Firefighter Fred. After that, Olivia couldn't think of anyone else to make a card for, and all the names on her list were checked off. Well, I guess that's it, Olivia said. See you tomorrow, Francine replied. I mean, see you on Valentine's Day. In Mrs. Hagenmuller's class the next day, Olivia passed out her valentines and received a bunch in return. Francine gave her a valentine with red stripes on it. I love it, said Olivia. It matches my favorite shirt. And I love the ribbons on my valentine, said Francine. They match my favorite ribbons. Julian looked at his card and smiled. How did you know that I love music? There he is. And that I love daisies? Asked Daisy. And that I love frogs? Asked Harold. Because you're my friends, replied Olivia. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. After school, Olivia walked around the neighborhood with her mom and passed out more valentines. Thank you, Olivia, said Firefighter Fred. It's perfect, said the postman. How'd you guess that I collect stamps? That night at dinner, Olivia gave cards to everyone in her family, too. Thanks, Olivia, Ian smiled. I love soccer. But she still felt like she was forgetting someone. And then, just before bedtime, it hit her. She forgot all about Perry and Edwin, her dog and her kitty. Down there. They're part of the family too, Olivia exclaimed. How could I forget them? They need perfect valentines too. Don't worry, Olivia, Dad said. They know you love them. Now off to bed. But Olivia's imagining the valentines that she could make for her pets. But I know what I can make them, Olivia exclaimed. I can put dog bones on Perry's card and cat treats on Edwin's card. I have an idea, Olivia, Mom replied. Why don't you tell them how much you love them, and maybe give them some treats, too? Olivia thought about it and decided her mom was right. There probably was nothing better for her pets. "Here are extra treats for being perfect pets," Olivia told them. "I love you so much." Then it really was bedtime, and Mom had a special treat for Olivia. "Edwin and Perry can sleep in your room tonight," Mom said. "Now it really is a perfect Valentine's Day," Olivia replied with a happy yawn. "Sweet dreams, Olivia, Perry, and Edwin," whispered Mom. Olivia cuddled up with her cat and dog and fell into a very sweet sleep. And that's the end. I think she really did find the perfect way to show her pets that she loved them. And now I just would like to show you a craft that you can make just like Olivia made for her friends. You can take a piece of red paper like she did and fold it in half. Okay. And then all you have to do is take a crayon and draw a half of a heart, and then take scissors and cut along the crayon line that you drew all the way around. And when you open it up, you'll have a heart. And then you can take, just like Olivia did, a pretty doily, and you can glue your heart on your doily. And then you can draw special things for each person you want to send a Valentine to. So on my Valentine heart, I wrote, "I love you," because I'm going to give it to my daughter. And I drew a dog because she has a dog that she loves. And I drew a book because she loves to read. And I drew a tree because she loves trees and the outdoors. So you could make lots of Valentines for all your friends and all your family. And it's really simple. If you want to stop by the library, I have some doilies and paper that you can pick up here at the Aurora Library. Or you can just use some paper that you have at home and make your own Valentines. So I just want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day, and I'm so glad that you can join me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.